This is what I said to him. I said, bro, my dick. Right. He's like, hold on. Let me see what I can do for you. He come back. He's like, tomorrow, 9:30. I'm like, I love you.
Not Hitler, not Stalin. No. If I could bring back one person and beat them up, it would be Hippocrates.
That's the Game of Thrones everybody knows.
Yeah.
No, you know
we're out of birth ideas. Go back to incest.
Yeah. Have him go down on his mom.
Yeah. Like, okay. 2 gay guys from The Last of Us have a cooking show together. You'd watch.
Unless the songs are like Pumped Up Kicks, which is one of my favorite school shooting songs.
It's just Lady Gaga singing that.
Yeah, like it's
what's number 2 for school shooting songs?
Yeah, man.
Even though we can't get 1 gold medal in shooting.
Stop sexualizing jiu-jitsu, Ian.
Jiu-jitsu can be sexual sometimes.
Depends on the guy you're with.
Yeah, depends on who you're rolling with.
Depends on how hot he is.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Is he wearing a pinky?
Yeah. Henry. Yeah. If Tom Hardy comes in, gets on the mat.
I have a lavender gi, so chill out with that pink gi stuff.
Close enough.
It's a sexual role.
With that said, welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host Nelson.
I'm Ian.
Ed,
and our very special guest today,
I'm Shea.
All right.
We know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, that's right.
It's been a while though.
We have been through some harrowing events these last couple of days. When Eddie told me what you were going through, I was like, damn, man. You know, like.
Well, mine was simple. Mine was just COVID. That never hurt nobody.
Yeah. And
cold.
I went through something a little bit worse.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Had no idea I had it, and part of it is my own fault.
It's actually a fear of mine.
Because
I'm glad you experienced it.
Because we all go through jiu-jitsu, so when you're training, body hurting is something that just comes along with the territory. So I kind of thought for like the last month that my ribs were sore. Because I was feeling it here, it was coming and going. Usually if I'm like training with a big guy, I'm like, they squashed me a little too much. It kind of re-aggravated the injury, and then like I'd go home, ice, and I'm fine. 2 days later, I'm back to training, everything's cool. So, went to Colorado, and pain was persisting after a long flight. Didn't really think about it, and went to a football game. And I think that's what really exasperated, like being in the heat, high altitude. Dehydrated. I was trying to drink as much water as I could to like keep up with everything, and that was probably my only saving grace for passing the stone. And went to the place that I was staying, and it was like my daughter's sponsor, and went to use the bathroom, and surprise, surprise, that shit hurt. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
And not only did that accompany like pain through urination, and it's a scary feeling all on its own, I got a kidney infection with it on top of it.
Oh, yeah, because you got that fucker bouncing around in there.
Yeah. And this kidney infection lasted from like Thursday to, I would say, what's today, Sunday?
Yeah.
Friday night was the first time I think that I can use the bathroom successfully without pain.
Nice.
That's how long. I went through 3 types of antibiotics.
Jesus, dude.
They tested me for everything. He's like, should we test for this? I'm like, test for it. Should we test for it? Test for it. I don't care. I need to know what the fuck is going on. And
we hurt.
It did. And so like, they ran their tests, CT scans, things like that. So luckily I don't have any more stones or anything like that. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
You break it down so well for the fans.
Yeah. And he's like, my we hurt. Thank you.
I think I speak.
Unga bunga.
Yeah. He's like a translator for people who aren't smart. He's like,
I think I
kidney
speak.
infection.
I think I speak for most men. When your dick hurts,
pee-pee.
there is no such thing as expense.
No.
You will empty your bank account to find out what's wrong.
Goddamn right.
My dick hurt. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Like 2 days in the
Here's
ER.
Here's my stocks.
Yeah.
Here's everything I got.
Bro, 2 days
Why
in the
my dick hurt?
2 days in the ER, and they're sending me home, and I'm like, why are you sending me home? Keep me here. I'm here. I need to be with you people.
Yeah.
Help me. They're
What,
like,
what,
no.
what if my dick hurts again?
There's nothing else we can do.
What do
Go
you mean
home.
you people?
Yeah. The people at the hospital.
I got it.
I will say this. Colorado has the best healthcare I've ever been to. Like, such nice people. Like you walk into the ER, I go to sit down back in my chair after filling in the paperwork and talking to the receptionist,
You
and
mean
he's like,
better than Delray Medical?
"Fuck Delray, man." He's like, "Sir, where are you going?" He's like, "We're gonna check you in." They check me in, put me on IV. I'm like, "You guys love me."
That shit ain't happening here.
Yeah.
Man, you're sitting in that waiting room for like 6 hours.
I had a dislocated shoulder in
You're dying,
Delray, and they didn't even want to bring me. They didn't want to give me ice. They're like, "Oh, we can't give you ice." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "What? You can't give me ice?" They're like, "Here's a blanket."
Oh, yeah.
That is the opposite. That is the opposite of ice.
It's pretty hot here. It's pretty rare though.
Yeah,
We had to ship this in from the north.
No, you will die in the waiting room in Delray.
Oh fuck
You'll die in
yeah!
the waiting
Fuck
room.
yeah!
They call it Hell Ray for a reason.
So
Oh, Jesus.
I get there,
that
you
where
know.
you work?
No.
Same company though.
So I'm calling around. I'm getting into these doctors' offices. Everybody's helping me out. Everybody's really nice. I get back to Florida, and I'll end the story with this. And it was so I'm calling around trying to get a urologist, and I'm like, I came from the ER. I'm having issues. I'm on antibiotics. They told me to see a urologist. I called like 4 offices. The first 3 were women on the phone, and I'm explaining the story in like horrific detail, and the lady's like, "That's sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Everybody has a story. We could see you in November." I'm like, "Bitch, November?" I'm like, "I'm hurting now. I need a doctor now, like now." And so I'm like, "So there's nothing you could do?" She's like, "Yeah, November's the earliest we could do. You know, I'm telling you, just everybody has a story." I'm like, "Fuck you. Fuck your dog. Fuck your mom." And I hung up on that bitch, right? So I called, and a guy picked up, and he was of Latin descent, probably Cuban. I met him, had a heavy accent. When I met him, when I went to the actual doctor's office,
He
and
was
I go,
like, describe your dick.
no, I go like this. This is what I said to him. This is what I said to him. I said, "Bro, my dick." He's like, hold on. Let me see what I can do for you. He come back. He's like, "Tomorrow, 9:30." I'm like, "I love you."
Nelson's like, put a girl on.
I'm like, bro, my dick. I understand. Say no more, sir. I will be right back.
Bring your dick into my office.
He was exactly like Puss in Boots. He was my hero, bro. So
You should have said something. I could have called. Like I have some friends of mine.
listen, that was next. I was gonna raid the offices, bro. I didn't care. I was gonna show up.
I mean, if worst comes to worst, I could take a look at it.
Sure. You know what? Actually, right now on air.
why
Would you like to?
It's gonna get real.
Shea can look at it too.
Yeah, I don't know. Physical therapist.
He's a physical therapist.
Not looking at your dick.
So I have only gone through this once, but we have a friend. His name is Grant. He has passed 210 kidney stones in his lifetime.
Why doesn't he?
He has a kidney abnormality. I forget what it's called, but he actually just creates, and urinates kidney stones all of the
like a
fucking
paintball gun.
time, bro. He said he's only had to deal with 3 larger ones, but micro ones as well, and that's enough to like.
But there's
infect.
no lifestyle change. There's not.
He's
I
doing
thought it was just like
everything
one
he
of his
could.
hobbies. Like,
Yeah,
like, yo, your friend is fucked up, dude.
like you heard of people that are in the pain. Well, this motherfucker takes it to another level.
God bless that guy.
That's like one of the most
And his
terrifying
dick.
things I've ever heard.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's already on a very specific diet.
Yes.
but it's just it's just his kidneys.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sucks.
So he does the best that he can to
I would want
mitigate.
bilateral fucking kidney transplants.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
no.
Let
Get
me.
these out of
There's a
me.
big list for those.
Yeah,
I'll
really?
kill a child.
Well, I mean, there's like
Take their kidneys.
Yeah.
If
thousands
I'm
and thousands
passing,
of people on dialysis and shit. 'cause
Gotcha.
their kidneys
if
are
I'm
failing.
passing 200 kidney stones, no, I'm murdering a homeless guy.
Oh yeah.
A lot of alcoholics.
I did. I asked him. I said, I don't know how it is you exist in society without wanting to strangle people. Like I came home from the airport that day, and I jumped out of my car ready to fucking murder somebody and pull them out of the fucking driver's seat.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
I have a friend that she is a stone former, and like she's always like. It's like I feel like every other year she's in the hospital and she's passing a stone.
Say
It sucks.
stone former? Is that what they
Stone
call
former.
it? Avatar.
She's
the
like,
last
yeah.
stone
The
former.
last stone former.
Yeah, you think it would be
Like
some
us.
yeah, you'd be like a dwarven mage somewhere.
Yeah.
No, you just are in a lot of pain. You're in a lot of pain.
Yeah, man. It was definitely an experience that I do not ever want to go through again if I can help it. So every
Shay,
day.
you're a doctor. Do you know the medical term for a kidney stone?
I'm a physical therapist.
He's like, just to be clear,
I have a doctorate.
I don't know what the
I'm not
fuck
a
he's talking
doctor.
about. So, all right, what is it? What is
It's
it?
a nephrolithiasis.
Nephrolithiasis?
I've actually heard that. So.
It sounds like an evil demon growing
does.
inside of your body.
Blame Hippocrates for creating medical terminology. He's the one person I would resurrect and beat the shit out of.
Hippocrates?
Yeah. Not Hitler. Not Hitler. Not Stalin. No. If I could bring back one person and beat them up, it would be Hippocrates.
That's nice, man. That's a really good one.
Because if you need to make 18 suffixes that mean condition of, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Just have one.
But that was the way that they did it back in the day, right? Because look, think about it. Even the Bible, like it was in Latin at first, and like only the priests could read it and translate it to you.
That's before it was revised hundreds of times.
Right. But that was the way that they did it. Like, we have the power, we have the scripture, we tell you what the fuck we want to tell you, and you're too stupid to understand it.
It was probably just a stone tablet with nothing on it. Just they never let you see it.
Yeah, of course it was.
No, you can't read it. No.
Sounds like the government today. Nothing's changed.
That's right. Right. They know the rules. We
Church
don't.
was the government back then.
Yeah, man. Fuck. They know how to get you, man. Has anybody seen anything new?
Fucking no, man. I don't know. I was gonna go see Beetlejuice the other night, but I went against it.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
We did
There's
something
some.
fun instead.
We did something fun.
There's
I see,
something about it.
I see
that's
a
just
bunch
like,
of people announcing that they're going, but I haven't seen anyone actually say go ahead and go, that it's worth it.
The Rotten Tomatoes reviews are like, it's like 80-something% user review and then 70-something critics.
Yeah, I just don't remember it being that great when I was a kid either. Like, I remember it being different enough to enjoy, but right now it's just kind of like,
I rewatched it 2 months ago when I knew that this was coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought it was weird as fuck.
Yes.
But like I was like, okay, I see why it's a cult classic because it's
Yeah.
like weird and odd and like you
Yeah.
know the quiet
It's
kid.
like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right, like-
It has
like-
its fan
yeah,
base.
the quiet kid in the corner with the Nightmare Before Christmas shirt on would
Yeah.
like this movie. That's what I thought of.
I thought you were gonna say the kid in the corner with the shotgun under his undercoat with like,
No.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that guy.
They're not so quiet anymore. You know?
No. They're speaking out. Assholes.
I thought the first Beetlejuice was just okay. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't
That's
think it
why
was.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was nothing to write home about. It was different at the time. Tim Burton was a new flavor that everybody was like, cool. Like when Quentin Tarantino came out, his movies hit and you were like, this is something different. This is dope. I can watch them.
Yeah.
And then that kind of got old too as like some of his
Like
movies
Quentin
flopped.
Tarantino made Pulp Fiction, and then all of a sudden, like Tim Burton was like, "Well, I can be me too."
Yeah, he had some great movies though.
When
Edward
was the
Scissorhands.
first? When was the first Beetlejuice out? It's probably
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
So I was pretty damn young when it came out then.
Yeah.
Probably late
if
80s.
at all.
Yeah, because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when he hit his
Yeah.
stride. It was like Beetlejuice, Batman 1 and 2, I believe that he did. Tim Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands.
I mean,
they all came out around the same time because
Michael
kinda hit
Keaton is pretty
popularity.
funny. Michael Keaton is pretty damn funny in that movie.
He is.
I was like, all right, this is like he's just stupid.
He has this weird, dry sense of humor to him that really works. But I had nothing that I'll go see it or I'll wait for it to come to TV and then I'll watch it. You know what I mean? But nothing that I'm
gonna
running to the
wait.
theater for. Yeah. Rings of Power, however, started it. I'm on the first episode of season 2. I don't know if any of you guys started watching that.
I'm
at
all caught up.
I've watched as much as you have just watched.
What's funny is that
I'm not a believer either.
yeah.
Like I'm not going to avoid the show. I'll get to it, but it's not on like the next thing I'm like rushing out to sit down and go see.
It's really not bad. It's told at a pace because that's how all the JR token things are done. So you're understanding that it's a slower moving kind of a show. But I'm here for it because the story is really good enough to.
I like it.
to be there.
With everything that comes out that's Tolkien related, there's always a lot of backlash. I like it, but I can see where people were critiquing it. Like they didn't like how people were humanizing the orcs.
Right.
Like there's an episode where like the one orc's like, do we really have to go to war, father? And then like they show like a female orc with like an orc baby.
Yeah.
And like they're like, no. They're like, Tolkien orcs are not these orcs.
They're mom.
These are not Elder Scrolls orcs. These are not Warcraft orcs.
Yeah.
They don't have families. They don't have culture. These things are literally twisted by dark magic and exist only to murder.
Right. So
Like
now
the
they
only
got babies.
the only thing that an orc would say to Adar is, "Father, when can we go to war again?"
Right,
Like,
right.
That's all he would want. Like,
Yeah.
I just have trouble with like the TV writers. I feel like they take so many liberties from stories.
They do.
And like the Rings of Power show and then like House of Dragons, it's all based on very little writing from the author.
Yes.
And that's my issue with it. So
Yeah.
like first 2 Rings of Power episodes, season 1 didn't catch me. And I'm like, back burner.
Yeah.
I watched the newest episode with him the other day when I was down here and it was a good episode of TV. So
Yeah.
I'll probably circle back to it now, but I didn't watch any of season 2 of House of Dragons. I'm
Same.
behind on.
haven't
Same
watched
with me.
season
House
two
of Dragons. I watched
yeah.
the first episode and I was like,
Season 2 of House of Dragons.
So much birth in season 1. It
Literally,
made me not want to watch it.
Yeah.
Literally what Shea said to me. Like he was like, "How much birth is in the second?"
Yeah,
I was like, to my knowledge, none.
if the birth ratio is way down, I might watch it.
I might watch
Like,
it. Yeah.
I felt so
Game
weird
of
by the
birth.
end of that fucking season. Like,
There were a lot of people born.
it's like episode 10, and it's like the 7th detailed birth scene of the show, and I'm like, ugh.
You just trying
Yeah.
to keep track of all the characters
Like-
as people are coming and going. You're like, this is
We don't
annoying.
need to see
There were
every
a lot of
character
people-
in the show get
Yeah.
born.
There were a lot
Like,
of
we
people
don't need.
born. There were a lot of people
This is
born.
Ed. This
We
is
could
when
just-
Ed was born.
We could just hear about it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it was born. All right, cool. We're just moving on.
We assume if someone exists, there was also a birth
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Doesn't
I don't
Vagar-
need to see your birth scene to know you, Nelson. Like,
Doesn't Vagar burn that chick while she's giving birth?
I don't know, dude. It's
What
fucking.
a,
It's a whole.
what a bitch.
There's a lot of birth.
She deserved it. She
did.
deserved it.
She
She
did.
was an
There
asshole.
was a lot of birth.
She was a fucking asshole,
Yeah.
bro. They're like, is this the 6th birth on the show? Burn this bitch at the stake.
Here's a question: while you were passing that kidney stone, would you have asked a dragon to burn you?
Fucking right.
There you go.
I would have asked him to eat me alive and spit me out.
You walk out to the beach clutching your dick and ask the dragon,
Oh, bro.
please.
You know what though? Like,
Chris.
there's a certain point where, like, when you're sick long enough, where you're like, is this the new me?
Oh.
Is this the way that I'm gonna live? And you know what's fucked up is they're like, I was at the urologist and I look at the paperwork. They're like, can you live in the current state that you were in? I'm like, no, no, I cannot. The answer is no. And why would you ask me that?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, right. I'm like, fuck. No, wait. You mean
Why
like
would
it
they ask
exists
that?
like this
Is
forever?
that like a suicide question?
It might be.
If I didn't think about it then, at that point,
Yeah.
I was.
I mean, if you're having a bad enough kidney stone, you might want to kill yourself.
Oh man.
That might trigger a cascade of shit.
Oh
chart.
yeah. Oh fuck, bro. It was rough. I was, and the place that I was staying at, there was 2 dogs there. They just got to know me. They must have known I was, like, dogs are very intuitive. Like, they must have known I was in so much pain. I would sit down, like, I'm sitting down on the stoop, like, I don't want to pee. And these dogs are like, yeah, bro, we feel you. I'm like, you're good dogs. Let's go kill something together. Fuck that squirrel.
No, Jesus. Game of Thrones season 2 is just a giant ad for season 3.
Yeah, and that
You
also
really
is a
aren't
problem.
missing anything.
Well,
Yeah.
they have very limited story that they can tell, so they're gonna have to stretch it out to some extent.
Right.
Well, they stretched it, and it's pretty goddamn weird. I mean,
Yeah.
the one dude has like a dream he's banging his mom. I was like, what are we doing?
The one
here?
that looks like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that kind of makes sense. All right, bringing it back. All right.
Sorry, this is good for my image.
That's the Game of Thrones everybody knows and loves.
Yeah.
No, you know
We're out
what?
of birth ideas. Go back to incest.
Yeah, have him go down on his mom. It's like, okay.
What?
Gotta love the fucking writers at HBO. Like when they make a Last of Us show.
Like-
have the 2 guys fuck.
Yeah. You know what? Let's make it a whole episode.
Yeah. Put a lot of body hair
Let's
on
do
them.
a spin-off, just them with strawberries in the garden.
Yeah. And the
watch it.
one guy is Ron Swanson.
Give him a cooking show. I'll fucking
Yeah,
watch
man.
it.
Fuck. And they had to do it to Ron Swanson, bro. Give him a cookie show.
2 gay guys from The Last of Us have a cooking show together. You'd watch it.
I would tune in for episode 1.
At least you gotta at least see episode 1.
Oh man, fuck, man, and they had to do it to Ron Swanson, an American hero. They could have made
yeah.
anybody else. But they had to do it to Ron Swanson.
The whiskey and
Bullshit.
cigars guy, you're gay.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're gay now."
Yes, yes,
and you like it.
and you like? No, you love it.
It's the guy from Captain Phillips. You are gay now. You are gay now.
Fucking Hollywood, bro.
Oh god.
Oh man.
There's some animated show coming out on Netflix that we literally just saw. It's Zack Snyder's doing it, which I'm not excited about
Okay.
because he just shit the bed with Rebel Moon.
God, that was so bad.
Yeah,
was really
so I'm not excited with his name on it. Hans Zimmer, however, is composing it. And you know how Netflix is with their animated shit. They
Oh, he's the guy that
usually-
plays the flute.
No, he did Pirates of the Caribbean and Inception. He's a fucking award-winning composer. But yeah, he might play the flute. I don't know. Yeah.
He definitely plays the flute.
I think it's.
I can guarantee Nelson doesn't know any composer's names.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I do. Mozart.
Wow.
I mean,
Bam.
What's his first name?
Live it.
What the fuck is his first name?
Hans.
Name one of his pieces.
The Mozart piece. The orchestra number 1 or the.
How the hell are you going to disrespect Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart like that?
Wolfgang
Christ.
Amadeus
Wolfgang
Mozart.
Amadeus
Yeah, fuck that
Mozart.
guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, his parents hated him. Just
Yeah.
Mozart is fine.
Ludwig
If you were him,
van
would you not walk
Beethoven?
around and be like, just call me Mo?
Wham.
Just call me Mo. It's Mo. You don't want to be Wolfgang Amadeus fuckface Mozart.
Why not?
Bro,
I'm pretty sure you inserted fuckface in there.
Minus the fuck face. That's a pretty cool name.
Wolfgang Amadeus.
All right, if it's such a cool
Jesus.
name, you name your first kid Wolfgang Amadeus.
Over Nelson.
Yeah, fuck
Anytime.
yeah, fuck yeah. Over Nelson, but over anything else, I think not.
What's your middle name? Does it go as hard as Amadeus?
It does. It's Joseph.
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a religious name. I picked it myself.
Oh, you picked
What?
your middle name?
Yeah.
Confirmation.
Yeah. See?
Nelson wasn't important
Catholic
enough
shit.
to be
Puerto-
given a middle
Puerto
name at
Ricans.
birth, unlike
they,
me.
They didn't give
So
me
he
a
had
middle
he had
name.
to get one eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your middle names?
Edward Anthony Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way cooler than Joseph.
Yeah. That's bullshit. What's your guys' middle names? What's yours? Antoinette?
Just Patrick.
Just Patrick?
Just Patrick. I don't
Just
have
Patrick.
Just Patrick. Ian Just Patrick. It's like Fitzpatrick, just Patrick.
Patrick.
Okay, Just Patrick. Okay.
No Anthony
And what's
Patrick.
yours?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay, all right, see? Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. Don't be hating on me. Wolfgang Amadeus. Fuck that guy.
Isn't Joseph our dad's middle name?
Yeah. That's grandpa's name, too.
Kevin Joseph.
I picked it after one of the apostles.
That's usually the way confirmation works.
No, you could pick a religious name. I could have picked Amadeus Puck.
I believe it was apostles or saints is
Yeah,
generally what they lean on
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
Balthazar?
define
Could
religious
you pick
name.
Balthazar?
Yeah, that's
not
exactly
sure.
true.
He was one of the
It
three
was something
kings.
that showed up in the Bible is the way I looked at it. I was like, if somebody was in the Bible with the name, I could pick that one.
My middle name can't be Jesus or God.
Yeah.
Why not?
Espiritu Santos.
Jesus Christ, thanks.
All the priests are like,
Right.
Nelson.
it's in the Bible.
I'm like, listen, I can pick Beelzebub, right? It's in the Bible.
Or just go straight to it. Just be like, my name is Nelson, the Son of God.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Right. Divider of oceans.
No, man. I haven't played any new video games or seen any new anime in a little while, man.
We beat Super Mario World last night.
Yeah, we
How
did.
was that?
Start to finish.
Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
baby. We played
Yeah.
on the Switch.
All the
However,
exits. All the exits. But the Switch makes you invincible. 'cause
yeah, the Switch gives you superpowers.
if you hold the trigger buttons in,
Yeah.
you can
Rewind
rewind
time.
while you're playing Super Nintendo games.
you never die.
So you're pretty much the
Shit.
Prince of Persia.
You never
You're like the,
die.
you're like the
And this
plumber
is-
of Persia when you play Mario. It's
So
fucking
this is
great.
for all games as a whole?
Oh my god, yeah.
On the online Super Nintendo games,
Yeah.
you can rewind any of them.
Any of them.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like literally, you'll go ahead, you'll fall, die. That was, I just need more time.
All right, so but let me ask you, does it kind of take a little bit of the fun out of it?
Yeah, we weren't doing it for most of the game. And then
Yeah.
It was like 1:30 in the morning. We're both tired. He died in Bowser's Castle, and he's like, "Nope, I just need a little more time." Like rewind. But I didn't know you could do it. I was watching my girlfriend play Earthbound, and she got like jumped in the one scene, like all the enemies killed her, and she like clicks the buttons and rewinds, and I'm like, what the fuck did you just do? I'm like, you can't do that on Super Nintendo. Like, what the? And then she like avoids the fight. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Like, you know what? I don't feel like fighting today.
She's like, that's not part of the game. I'm like, no, it wasn't part of the game. Like,
Oh, that's
Such
fucking,
fucking bullshit.
that's great. That's great.
But anyway, like I was saying, that animated show is coming out on Netflix. It's called Twilight of the Gods.
Nice.
Apparently, it's Zack Snyder's interpretation of a Norse mythology tale.
Okay.
And it looks good. The animation, apparently, it's a French studio.
Yeah, I don't know.
It almost looks like Gendy Tartakovsky.
Well, I mean, he
It looked like
he
Samurai
always
Jack.
does better telling other people's stories.
Yeah.
So it does have a better chance of it being something good.
When I look back at his work, I mean, Man of Steel was meh. But like the only thing I really fucking liked of his was 300, which is someone else's story.
Yep.
Yeah.
And The Watchmen, which is someone
Someone
else's
else's story. Yeah.
Those are the only two things I think Zack Snyder did that was good. Everything else is stop motion.
I liked
slow
Man of
motion
Steel.
bullshit.
I like Man of Steel, but this latest Rebel Moon shit, I even tried to go back and
Terrible.
finish it.
Terrible.
The second,
It's really. We turned it off.
It was
when we tried to
so
watch
bad.
together. It's
It was
bad.
It's a
so
pile of
bad.
shit.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it
You
at all.
cannot introduce new characters like it's an RPG if it's rushed.
Yeah,
Because what happens is when you keep doing the same thing, hey, we go to a new planet, meet a new guy, here's the backstory. By the time we get to character 3,
Has anyone watched the extended version? It's like an hour longer.
yeah, rated R.
I don't know if maybe that helps the way they introduce
I
characters.
threw it on for 5 minutes.
It helps his Justice League.
I threw it on
I
for
just
5
need more
minutes.
time. Hold on. I just need more time.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through it because he
Playing
actually
Switch.
he slowed down the beginning incredibly.
beginning is rough.
It
Wait a minute.
didn't even
In
get into the actual story with the
In
actual
a movie
characters.
with way too much slow motion, what do you mean he slowed it down?
He slowed it down more
Oh
in
my
the extended
God.
version.
I mean, the
It's
original,
so bad.
the first cut, the amount of slow motion that happens within the first 5 minutes of the movie is jarring. Where you're like, why
And
are we
it's-
doing slow motion for everything?
And it's like
Yeah.
a graduation scene. I'm like, why is this slow?
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
that
it
one guy
makes-
taking a shit. I'm like, why do we need to see this
He's
in
like
the
opening,
first
he's
place?
opening the newspaper. He's like,
I think you watched a different Rebel Moon.
yeah.
It was actually better.
But all of the slow motion use made sense when the Flash is fighting on
Right.
screen.
Yes.
That
Right.
makes sense. But
Right.
like
300.
random sci-fi bullshit.
300.
Like, you don't
yeah.
need
If
slow
the
motion. for
slow
everything.
motion was revolutionary in 300
Yeah.
because it was like, oh wow,
But it
made
was
the fight
done.
scenes good.
It was
Like,
done in the right moment. It wasn't
Judiciously.
over abused.
The
Yes.
Watchmen,
Yes.
the Watchmen, the
Good way to
fight,
put
the
it.
fight scenes in the Watchmen
Yes.
when he did the slow motion during the way that it was filmed, it looked good. Rebel Moon, it was awkward. Like I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking stupid.
no, there was like 10 of them within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah, and
This is a long movie. You need it to slow it down more?
yeah.
We need to add an hour.
Rebel
More
Moon
time,
was
more
a
time.
well sculpted piece of shit. And
Yeah.
it threw you off because it's like, oh, it looks really good.
But you know what's
it's
fucked
still
up
shit.
is that when we watched the trailers, we were hopeful that it could be something new that we could get behind.
Yeah.
The cast looked pretty good. Some of the visual effect looked pretty good. It's just the story was told poorly, the direction was done poorly, and it was just a fucking mess. It was
not-
I
a-
no bueno.
don't think everything needs to be made into a show or a movie, but there's a lot of good stories that are just sitting. Like Mass Effect.
yeah,
Could
Mass
be a
Effect's
great
fantastic.
show or great
do
movie.
not do
absolutely.
not give it the Halo treatment.
Yeah.
No. I will say this though. I've said it in the past. Like, Halo would be a good show if it was named anything else. Like it's not Halo,
there's so
but like
much-
I can watch it and I'm like, this is
Keep
actually
your helmet on.
This is actually a good show. It's actually a good show. It's
Keep
got
your
good
fucking
acting. The
helmet on.
story is done well, but it's just not Halo.
They could
Yeah,
never make
you know?
they could never make Mass Effect because Mass Effect there was too many choices.
Yeah.
And everybody's Captain Shepard is going to be different.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you have it's such a choice heavy game, and especially like
my Shepard was a blue-haired lesbian.
But
that-
But there's a bottom line.
But the
that
main
you can
story
follow.
is the
Yeah.
main story.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And everyone shared the main story.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. It can be done really, really well with the right cast, and if they just choose a pretty generic storyline to follow.
like my Commander
the-
Shepard does nothing but red actions and sleeps with nothing but white women, the occasional blue woman.
I was gonna say bullshit. You know you slept with that blue bitch. You know you did.
But I'm not going.
Everybody
through,
did.
I'm not going through all that trouble to give that one chick a breathing thing so I can fuck her.
Tali?
No.
Yeah, dude, you got to use all your
Tali.
resources.
Sorry, you were born with a built-in respirator, bitch. No. None of this Shepard dick for you.
no, I maxed out all my relationships.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
including the guys,
Especially.
especially the guys. It's like,
Not including.
it's like, oh no, greasy mechanic in the back room.
Wait a minute.
What color gi was he wearing?
Lavender.
Ed, did you fuck a Krogan?
I don't recall if I did.
Yeah, you did. If you fucked a Krogan, you remember you fucked a Krogan, bro.
Can you?
Can you
I don't
fuck
even
a
know.
Krogan?
don't think
I don't
you
know.
can.
I don't
think you
recall
can.
if that's in there.
Someone find that out.
Hold on a second. Let me check
Would
this
you
out.
even survive?
Which one are you going to do?
Rex?
Rex or Grunt?
I guess you're gonna grunt either way.
You're definitely gonna grunt.
Oh, I'm going to Rex.
Here comes the best Google.
I'm really. Can you fuck a Krogan?
Yeah.
You're going to get some fanfic.
Yeah, it's right under what's wrong with my pee-pee.
No, nothing is under that. Could a Krogan romance work from a Krogan
But
or Mass
can you?
Effect's dwarves regularly available as companions?
We don't want to see a cosplay
But never
video. We
given
wanna
a
see an
romance.
answer from the game.
They're never given a romance story.
Okay, I didn't think so.
That's not fair.
It says Rex is tired of banging Krogan females.
Yeah.
You know, because they're trying to repopulate, bro. So they are, in fact, trying to do as much as they can.
The blue chick was kind of hot though. She was like all powerful psychic. She was, what the hell was her name? She was a powerful psionic that was like
I don't remember.
you could visit her in the
it's
club.
been a while. It's been a
The
while.
Asari. She's an Asari.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, it's been a while, man. I don't remember them anymore. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Just do it and forget them.
Yeah, you know what happens in Space Vegas stays in Space Vegas.
Besides, there's a new sex game now. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally, you can fuck anything.
Boulders Gate 3. What is this? A PlayStation game, I
It's
assume?
PC. It's everywhere.
It's on everywhere.
It was game of the
Game
year.
of the year last year. I don't know if you've heard
It's
of
a
it.
No,
yeah,
no.
a small franchise.
I've been
Baldur's
really,
Gate. I mean, tiny. It's minuscule. It's
I'm
minuscule.
telling you, man, I've been out of like I played Mortal Kombat for a couple of months, and then I'm like, what's next?
You know like the brain like race of people that are like human squids with the tentacles on their
Yes.
faces.
You can bang them.
Fuck them. Doesn't matter.
Are you speaking from
Mind
experience?
Flayer?
Mind Flayer. You can fuck a mind
Yeah,
flayer.
Baldur's Gate is
Doesn't
about as
matter if
close
you're human-
as you get
yeah.
to Dungeons and Dragons properly being a video game.
You can have sex
Okay.
with a bear.
Oh, it's in the Dungeons and
No.
Dragons.
Yeah.
You can have sex with a bear,
I don't want to.
but
80% of players did, I think. There's a stat out.
Bestiality? Let's go.
Oh, not just bestiality, like grizzly bestiality. Like, you're like no.
Yeah.
I want a bear.
Like, is there cuddling after?
I don't know, but they there is a
Bear
scene.
seems nice.
There's a scene.
That really is Boulder's Gate right there.
I went down some dark holes with this.
I'm sure you did.
With this Baldur's Gate thing, trying to see what you could actually see, and like someone animated this. Like
Really?
you can be
I didn't watch the scene.
You can be like a gay male elf and make love to a mind flayer. And you're like sucking on the tentacle. I was like,
if
this
you
is
play
bad.
on PC, you have
Bad.
all the fun
Oh
of
my
people
goodness.
that
Mod.
created mods
Yeah. Yes.
that add more things to the game as well.
Well, with mods aside, you could create the size of your character's genitals.
Yeah.
That's built
Yeah.
in. That's not a mod.
That is
You
great.
can make a hobbit with a big cock.
That's great.
Big cock hobbit.
Hobbit with the cock the size of the actual hobbit.
Oh yeah. 3-legged hobbit.
That's a cock hobbit.
Yeah, a hobbit. Or a hawk. Whatever the hell you want to call it.
Jeez. I mean,
my
you know,
God.
whatever floats your boat, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, it just goes to show you the world we're living in, you know?
Yeah.
Like someone creating that game was like, make the cock bigger.
I remember like 2 years ago, like they were fighting for like women's rights because like Tomb Raider's breasts were too big, and now they're like, what size cock you want on your hobbit? You want to fuck a bear?
Yeah.
Fuck a bear, bro.
Make sure,
Fuck two of them.
make sure my orc dick is big enough for my bear girlfriend. Like, what? the
Fucking
fuck?
wild.
Still can't kill kids in games.
I mean, because that's horrific. But fuck a bear.
Yeah.
You can
two
suck
bears.
on a mind flayer's face tentacle, but you can't kill a child.
Don't worry,
How is that
again,
even an option?
Modders fix that.
How is that even an option?
This
though?
is
Like,
America. One of the things we are really good at.
It's fucking things. It's fucking things. That's
Yes,
what we're
yeah,
good
yeah,
at. Yeah. No, say it. That's right. Yeah, fucking things.
Well, I'm just saying, where do we go from here? Like, if Baldur's Gate 3, you can fuck anything.
Right.
Where do you go from here? What do we do in Baldur's Gate 4? Is it just going to be just...
That's when you can kill the kids. That's where they're like, now you can kill children. That's just acceptable.
That's the ad.
now killing children.
Kill a minor.
You're creating your Elven Ranger. It's like, all right, now design your asshole. It's like,
What? Bleached or non-bleached?
what? Yeah. I can pick the ridges. Like, what? I can have 2 assholes. What?
Wow. But wait a second. Why would I need to?
For the mind flayer's tentacles.
yeah, of
All
course.
7 of my assholes.
Which is something also that Zack Snyder fucking leaned into was tentacle sex on
I
one.
thought you meant assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
space tentacle sex.
The space Nazi had a weird tentacle creature. He was like...
And I mean, I guess if you're a Nazi, you definitely want tentacle sex at some point in your
Nazis
life.
were into a lot
That's
of
what they
alternative
get.
things.
Yeah. They're like,
You know?
experimentation is what we're here for.
That's how
sure we
history
have-
gets to remember you.
the master race.
I'm cool with that.
Even the boys goes hard in tentacle sex.
Yeah, but the boys that's a wild fucking show, man.
Thank you, Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started the whole genre.
They're doing a spin-off apparently with
About the octopus?
with the just a whole show about the octopus.
Sucker in the deep.
No, in the boys with the guy Jason Ackles plays
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, and then the Nazi girl
Oh, Stormfront.
Stormfront. So both of them are gonna do their own little backstory for a season or two.
I think they said that that's going to end next season.
The boys, yeah,
Which it should.
The
Like,
comic,
yeah.
Like, it's run its course.
don't-
It's run its course.
yeah.
The
And
comic book is so much worse than the show.
I've heard. I believe you're
Yeah.
the one who's told me
Like
about that.
when I
and they nerfed some characters.
yeah,
Yes.
and they
Yeah.
nerfed. They nerfed. There's a lot of things that they'd have made it like in the show probably would be canceled.
Sure. No, they had to dull it down
Yeah,
for
I think
TV.
Homelander eats that woman's baby in front of her.
Yeah, and Starlight, the initiation for
Jesus.
Starlight to get into the Seven, it's a lot worse than Blow in the Deep. That's all I'm gonna say. Give it a read.
No, I'm good. I enjoy my
also,
Sundays.
But Black Noir is like a higher level trained, more powerful Homelander clone embedded in the Seven to control Homelander. That's what he is in the comics.
Also, the fight between Maeve and Homelander in the comic book is very
Much more
one-sided.
horrific.
Yeah. Homelander's more Superman, like evil Superman, like in the comic book.
Yeah.
Who is that? Is it Garth Ennis? Who wrote The Boys?
I think it was Garth Ennis, the same guy that wrote Crossed, which is terrifying.
Shit's dark.
Yeah. Maeve like attacks Homelander so that Starlight can escape. Her sword just shatters on his chest, and he like pretty much says something like "you stupid cunt" and like uppercuts her and blows her fucking head off her shoulders. Yeah. Like it's not close.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's not like Wonder Woman, Superman. The power difference is much different. Like
But the
punches her head
Boys
into-
universe is weak for a superhero universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I still agree with
Some of their powers are just like, all right, that's just like, okay, you can control your dick. Like, no, that's not the power we came for.
First off, in a world of superheroes, that's pretty shitty power. But
It is.
If you could just do that, that wouldn't be too bad.
Right. In the porn industry, you're God, right? But everywhere else, you're kind of a piece of
you're
shit.
a pretty bad superhero.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
calling you.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, we're gonna call Soldier Boy or Dick Man. Like,
It depends what you're into. You know what I mean?
What
Like,
kind of job do you need?
is it a key bowl party? Maybe you call him Dick Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the comic book is much darker than the show.
Yeah, but I personally, along the same vein, Invincible is like I love the
Don't
boys.
say
I think
along
it's
the
great.
same vein after we were just talking about Dick Man.
No. I mean, it's pretty graphic. It's a pretty graphic superhero, but for cartoon, like it's fucking fantastic.
What?
Oh, Invincible.
Invincible is great.
Yeah, and I think the power spike goes a little higher in Invincible too, because they had a death battle where it was
Omni-Man would
Omni-Man.
obliterate.
I think Omni-Man. Yeah.
Homelander.
He solos the Boys universe. He fight all of them at once.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I think
Omni-Man-
Battle Beast solos the Boys universe.
Anybody does.
Yeah. Even like the little girl that turns into the monster. That reverses time
Monster
on
Girl?
her Monster Girl.
Monster Girl?
Yeah, aptly named.
She gets younger every time she uses her power, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, because shouldn't she
probably
be
couldn't.
like, I don't know, like 2 years old by now?
And there's like a weird relationship going on between like that child android thing and like child Monster Girl. I don't
Yeah,
like it. I don't
it's like,
it.
hey, bro, she's getting younger by the day. Every day it's
Probably
more illegal.
Probably shouldn't date
If it
the
was
girl.
illegal, it's more illegal right now.
She's already a child.
She just changed. It's more illegal again, bro. Like, sure, she can get a beer in Mexico, but you still can't do it, bro.
Yeah. Like you know where this relationship is going. This is not good.
Yeah, it's no good. It's not good.
No
It's
bueno.
not good. No bueno.
And then like the Asian chick that can clone herself nonstop.
Yes.
I forget her name.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She started dating
The Immortal.
the Immortal.
That
Yes.
ancient-
Like how we're talking about this like it's like a reality TV.
Yeah.
Like duplicates with the Immortal now.
Yeah, bro. That's good power
They
to
got
have.
voted off of Fantasy Island.
Yeah. But does she have other super? Is she just can clone herself, but she's still human, other than being able to
She
clone
seemed
herself?
awkwardly gymnastic and like
So
bouncy.
so agile, right?
But
So
if
kinda
she
like
gets killed
Beast.
at a high enough rate, she's in trouble.
Yeah, well, she's always hiding a version of herself so that she doesn't die.
She's
still
dead,
alive.
right?
She's still
No.
Prime one.
Yeah, no, she's
She hit a certain
she
version. 'cause I
hit
remember
the real number one was always hidden, which
and
is
now they have
smart.
a family. Now the Immortal and Duplicate have a child.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that like an immortal duplicating childbearing?
I'm looking forward to Eve and Mark having a kid, and then like Eve's body changes and she gets self-conscious.
But then she could just change it back, bro.
No,
Right? Eve
I don't
could
know.
change. She can manipulate
and
molecules.
you can't manipulate those hips.
Yeah. Those hips don't lie.
Sorry, bud. Sorry, that post baby weight. Good luck, Eve. That's not how it works. Well, Mark has some bad shit coming.
Yeah.
What's her name? Liana, or what the hell's her fucking name?
I don't know, dude.
The one that the reverse rape.
It's like, stop fucking asking me questions.
He's got a lot of bad shit coming.
Mark has some
like-
bad things coming.
Yeah.
And once again,
he's got 2 more omnibuses full of bad shit coming at him.
Yeah.
well, it's got to be like the first time. Like, I mean, and most of the times in pop culture, when there is a rape scene, it's always the bad guy is the man. It's always the reverse role.
Yeah.
In this situation, it's one of the few instances of female raping a man in pop culture.
Right.
And it's going to happen. We're probably going to see it next season. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
That's the way it is.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel
That's
bad. I don't feel bad for him.
I know.
It's just me. Sorry. Super fit, hot alien chick comes to your planet and wants to bang you, and you cry afterwards. You're a pussy, Mark.
Oh my god.
You're a pussy, Mark. Sorry. Mark Grayson,
You cry?
You're not invincible. You're a pussy.
What if she talks shit to him the whole time and she
Clark Kent-
belittles his self-esteem?
Clark Kent is dating Lois. He wouldn't have cried.
He's the aggressor.
Yeah. Clark Kent would have been like, call me.
Yeah,
There's no fucking way he would've
He was a
cried.
bit of a bitch, though.
Batman
Clark
wouldn't have
Kent.
cried.
Like, Batman?
Actually, Batman would have cried. Batman's a pussy.
Yeah. Batman cries all the time.
Yeah, he lives in a
alone in
cave.
the dark.
Yeah. Oh,
my parents.
Especially if it's the Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My fucking parents
the
died.
Batman.
Dude, that's the saddest version.
That's the saddest. Oh my
Robert
god.
Pattinson's Batman is
No,
the
he's
saddest
crying
Batman.
during sex. He's crying during
He
sex.
has running eyeliner on. The whole movie.
I like that movie.
I know you did. Although it was I don't know. It
Oh,
was-
speaking of that universe, Joaquin Phoenix, this is his last movie. He said he's walking away from acting after the Joker.
I would too after a musical.
I mean, exactly.
It got
That's
really,
how
it
bad
got
they
really
are.
bad reviews.
Because it's a musical.
It's a fucking musical.
It's a Joker the musical. I mean, I don't know what they were expecting.
The reviews were even like
I-
the music numbers were muted. They didn't let it like Lady Gaga shine. Like they even like talk shit on the music. Like,
This is gonna be bad.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I
shit.
like musicals, and I thought
too.
this was a weird flex.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you go from a dark
mental
mental health
shit,
movie
whatever
about
that was.
about the
Yeah.
Joker,
Let's make it a musical.
and now we're gonna be a musical? That's a weird.
Unless the songs are like Pumped Up Kicks, which is one of my favorite school shooting songs.
It's just Lady Gaga singing that.
Yeah, like it's
I mean,
like-
what's
like, how do
number
you-
2 for
Yeah.
school shooting
it's like
songs?
it's like
I don't know. Well, Pumped Up
Jeremy.
Kicks is really hard to follow.
Jeremy by
Oh,
Pearl Jam.
that's
Jeremy
right.
by Pearl Jam.
Ooh.
Isn't there a song?
Jeremy
Isn't there a song by
Booker.
POD about shootings too?
Yeah, there is.
Dang.
We are the euthanasia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so there's a couple.
three.
There's a couple really good school shooting
There's some
songs.
really good school shooting
So
songs.
if you can't make a movie about mental health, like what are we doing, guys? You can't make a happy song for mental health.
It was just a weird, It was just a weird move. Like it was a weird move to go from that to a musical. It's like
my
if Di-
number one. So is Pumped Up's Kick still your number one school shooting?
Oh
song?
yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
To me,
It's got it all.
To me,
It's got the
Jeremy.
beat. You know what I mean? You don't really know you're in a school shooting until it's too late. That's what you feel.
I think that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, and it's like I'm gonna hang out, see how this fucking plays out.
That tends to be the person's goal.
Here we are joking about a school shooting.
Yes.
One just happened.
Yeah,
No
the
one
week-
fucking
the week
tell.
of the school shooting.
We're a week out from the last one.
You're fucking
Hey,
awful, dude.
listen. Welcome to America. This shit happens every week now. This is like our fucking thing.
Yeah, man.
Even though we can't get one gold medal in shooting. In Paris.
Goddamn right.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
How did we? How did
didn't
that
medal at
shit
all.
happen?
How did we miss that?
Yeah.
All the best shooters end up dead, young, or in jail.
Yeah.
We
I was
need to
gonna say they're
recruit
not
them.
recruiting at the right places.
Send our scouts to Virginia.
Goddamn right.
They sent army recruiters in the school, send Olympic recruiters.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Plenty of gold medals. What the fuck? We're training them.
Are you angry at everyone in your class? Your country needs you.
defeat the South Koreans?
Yeah, defeat the South Koreans.
How the fuck are they winning gold medals?
I don't know, man.
Not for that.
Turkey's beating us.
Are they?
Yeah, I
Isn't
want
the
to
Olympics
see
over?
their statistics.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Olympics
no,
is
we
over.
won.
Yeah. It's over, bro.
We
America,
won.
America won.
Yeah,
America
we
won.
We get
We win.
But
we
not
get
in
a year. We
shooting.
get a year head start in World War III.
We get a year head start.
If you
That's
look
what
at
you
the
win.
number- if you look at the
That's the
number-
consolation prize.
If you look at the number of athletes we have to the number of events
No-
there are,
no one cares about
we
that.
fucking should win. It would be bad if we didn't win.
I mean, we take the best people from every other country, then send them out as our representatives.
That's right.
Yeah, why
Did you see the table tennis team that we had?
That's bullshit, Eddie. Don't be bringing that shit up.
Listen,
You keep our American secrets.
Chinese
Right?
nationalists are American.
everybody else in the world that can run, jump, and swim is over here.
Yeah, listen. If it was a dance off, they'd be like, "Bring on the Puerto Ricans!" Right?
Yeah.
Definitely not the Australians.
Definitely not the Australia. Oh man, that bitch was fucking great. I loved her.
Did you hear all the stuff? So apparently, how she qualified was her husband was the judge for qualifying and was responsible for the contests. They held one contest
in his living room?
and they gave only like 3 days notice to the people to get out to the contest.
Wow.
So Raygun's a fraud?
It was a complete fucking shit show of how she got in there.
Hey,
So there's actually really good, probably female breakdancers in Australia that just.
I doubt
A
it.
few
I
videos
doubt
have-
it, bro. I doubt it.
A few videos have popped up and you're like,
yeah.
she should have won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is absolute bullshit.
That's fucking great.
Fucking ray gun.
It's about who you know, bro. It's about who you know.
Yeah.
That is the moral of the story.
Yeah, I mean, she essentially was handed like, do you want to be an Olympian? All you have to do is say you win. Here.
Well, it's like that green bitch on The Accolade, isn't she? Just like the wife of the creator of the show.
Yes.
Was that show
There you
good?
go.
No.
Okay.
Now, here's what I will say. There was a couple cool fight scenes, and outside of that, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really what it was. Like there was one that I told him. I said, episode 3, you could watch like 20 minutes in. That fight scene was wild. That was really good.
But
outside of that, the rest of it
Yeah, the
was pretty
fight
trash.
choreography was fantastic.
Was it as good as Andor?
Andor.
I know you guys.
Is anything as good as Andor? Is the question. Fuck Andor. No, Mandalorian still reigns supreme in
Yeah.
the newest shit that
100%.
they've put out for.
I wasn't willing to get through the whole lesbian space cult.
Yeah.
That's creating life
Yeah.
in a corner of the universe to get to the fight scenes. Like, I was like, I
Yeah,
can't
no.
do it.
And you know what? Ahsoka wasn't bad. It wasn't bad as far as like when you put it as a whole big picture and you see what else they put out.
The only downside to Ahsoka was that you needed to watch 300 episodes of other shit in order to understand.
But
what's happening.
Rebels isn't bad. So it's
Right.
not
But
like
how much of Clone Wars do you need to watch to get Rebels? I've seen a lot of Clone Wars.
so and that's what
See, I watched the original chunk of Clone Wars. I didn't see the new stuff they did at the end,
Gotcha.
and I was fine with Rebels. And really, you don't need almost any of it to kind of watch
Okay.
Rebels. You get it along the way when you're watching it.
That sounds like a really good breakdancer, the original chunk. I like that.
Well, I'm here. About to break you off a chunk.
That kind of makes me sad. That makes me sad that we know, like right now, we know that Joker 2 is going to fail.
Yeah.
That we just know.
Yeah, and
Early
probably
reviews,
why
like-
he
I knew
decided for
this-
early retirement.
I knew the second they announced
It's
it
a
was a
musical.
musical.
Yep.
It was gonna be shit.
I was hoping they
You're
could
not tying into your fan base though. You're just not. The people that come to watch superheroes are not sitting down in the same like they're not watching Moulin Rouge and then going to watch fucking Superman. They're just not. You know what I mean? Like it's
we like musicals.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
probably the exception,
Probably.
right?
But that's such a like the Joker was so dark. I mean, he smothers his mom. It's such a dark.
Yeah.
It like you feel depressed after the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
the
do.
movie was
You
good,
do.
but you feel like you're like
No,
wow.
but it's know your audience. You're making a comic book movie.
Yeah.
Make it for the people that are going to go see it.
Right.
Comic book fans.
I think
It's like
the,
if you
the
made-
Joker was a weird enough turn from a traditional comic book.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It
But
was a good movie, but
it
it was
was-
also you're like, this
Ugh.
is a movie
Right,
in
exactly.
the superhero world.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
This isn't just like a true life crime drama about
Right.
some sick fuck. Like,
Yeah,
like,
no, no.
And then you go
shot
and
a
then you-
game show host.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
And then you go like it's like if you went like Die Hard, like you make a great action movie, but then like the second one is a romantic comedy.
right.
Animated,
Exactly.
an animated romantic
But
comedy.
it's like what I was saying.
He's running
was
around
like-
New York and crying and shit. You're like,
Miyazaki did
It's
Die
like-
Hard too.
It's like what I was saying about Halo. Like if it was named anything else, people would watch it and be like, "Man, this is a good show."
My Neighbor
like the
John
Joker
McClane.
borderline that, right? Like you could have called it something else with Joaquin Phoenix. Didn't call it the Joker. Didn't make it about the Joker. Still watch the same movie and be like, "Man, this is a fucking dark movie."
Well,
It's good."
even like the first season of The Lord of the Rings, if it wasn't Lord of the Rings, it would have gotten so much less hate because it wouldn't have been based on this other universe already.
right.
Yeah.
Ah,
They'd have been like, okay, they can have black elves.
I'm cool with the Black Elf thing. That's
yeah,
fine.
so
My
am I.
favorite
Fantastic.
character, my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah,
fucking character
he's a badass.
is the Black Dwarf, the lady that sings to the Stones. She's my favorite character in the whole show.
It's because she sings.
Yes, she sings to the fucking rock.
Nelson hates her.
I hate her. I do. I like the Dominican elf. He's clearly Dominican.
Yeah.
Right? That's a Dominican elf. If I ever saw one. Yeah. He's definitely Dominican, bro.
Yeah, he's the elf that killed the worm in the latest episode.
Oh, he's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's fucking
he
dope.
seems cool.
But he's definitely Dominican, bro.
I love that the dwarves in the mines of Moria cannot like mine unless this woman sings to the stones and tells them the path where the vein to meet.
Yeah,
go.
fucking right,
I'm like,
bro.
it's fucking awesome.
Fucking right. Touch
Thousands
that
of years of stone singing.
shit. I wish you would have sang to my stones.
That is how they break them up. They break them up in sound waves.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense now.
It's called lithotripsy.
I need somebody here. Sing, baby. Sing.
Yeah. You
to
need
that
a
motherfucker.
fat dwarf to sing to your kidney stone.
First off, fat dwarf isn't a term we use in today's society.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck is wrong with
It's
you?
a Tolkien term.
Bro, we just talked about what was the best school shooting song. I can talk about fat dwarf.
Hold on a second, bro. We didn't make those songs.
Yeah, we didn't.
We just listened to them.
I didn't make the fat black dwarf either, but I mean, there it is. I enjoy it. Like, what the fuck? Let me call it what it is.
Those songs are just objectively about school shooting.
And on that note,
Jesus Christ.
thank you to all the fat dwarfs
Let's sing to stones.
that sing the stones.
We appreciate your service.
You were needed, and you disappointed me.
Make sure you check out the Joker too.
Oh,
my God.
Follow
Don't.
you do.
Yeah,
Don't.
It's a musical. Yay.
Folly of douche.
It's gonna be the best movie of 2024. Way better than Deadpool.
It's gonna fail. No, it's gonna fail
Way better.
miserably.
Did you see Mikey had to vacate his title in the one championship?
Yeah, because he couldn't lose 36 pounds after Cade.
Oh, but then
Rotolo
he
was
had
injured.
some weird injury too.
His fight was supposed to be at 170. They gave him like 4 days to cut to 135 when his person called out.
It's fucking crazy.
He tried to cut, and he was using breathing
Yeah.
techniques
It's-
to heat up his body, and he
on
ruptured his lung.
That's
Yeah.
on 1FC. That's on 1FC.
And then he had got
Yeah.
air into his chest cavity
Yeah.
and into his throat. He actually almost died. It's
fucking
you
crazy.
Can, you can die from that.
Pneumomediastinum something.
Yeah.
Cade Ruotolo, that's on him.
But how do you tell someone who's
Yeah.
prepping for a 170 fight, you got 4 days to change to 135?
No, it's bullshit.
I don't
It's
know.
bullshit.
Like, the
Cade's
dude is fucking shredded. How
Yeah.
is he gonna lose that weight?
Cade's bigger. Cade was injured because of the Craig Jones Invitational, and that's on 1FC.
Yeah,
They
clearly
should've-
Nelson knows nothing about this. He wants to leave.
But he won.
I know everything.
Cade
about
won $1
this.
million though, so
Yeah.
he's the real winner.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Yeah.
I think Musumeci was going to beat him.
Yeah.
probably. I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, with a name like Musamenchi, you better win.
Motherfuckers in the hospital eating pizza.
Hey, bro, if you almost die, you eat whatever the fuck you want.
That's all he eats is pizza.
Hey,
unless you're on a kidney stone, then you don't eat.
then you don't eat whatever you want.
Drink water.